We have heard the topic of this table brought up on the YouTube platform many times. What does a woman bring to the table? What does a man bring to the table? I'm talking about relationships. Everybody want to know, what can you contribute to the relationship? What do you bring to the table? Now, the problem that I have with this topic, and I started to break this down on a live stream I did along with Brother Ram and a few other legendary brothers that are on YouTube. The problem I have is that many men don't understand that women and men alike nowadays do not understand what the table is. Once again, many men and women do not understand what the table is. Because you see, we talk about the table as a relationship. So when we say what you bring to the table, many people are kind of thinking, well, what do you bring to the relationship? What do you bring to make my life better? It's about me, it's about me, it's about me. And we wonder why the other person is coming into the relationship and they're bringing what they bring for themselves. And they're seeking for things for themselves, including emotional happiness, financial gain, or just plain making you miserable. It's all done for the benefit of themselves. So what do they bring to the table? Well, first of all, we need to understand what the table is. And that table, which we are calling the relationship, that relationship that we're just simply labeling as a relationship, is in reality the man's mission. I've said this before and briefly on Brother Ram's platform, and now I'm going to go into further detail about the man's mission, the so-called relationship. When a man meets a woman, or a woman meets a man, everyone knows, including the most disobedient woman, knows that a man is supposed to have a plan. A man is supposed to be ready. He's supposed to be in action. He's supposed to be ready for action. He is action himself. He's ready to drive forward with a plan, a mission, an idea. A man is always plotting and planning and putting something together, ready for action, ready with contingency plans, just in case something goes bad. So when a man comes to this so-called relationship, he didn't just come to the relationship. The man brought the relationship. The man brought the mission. He came with the mission. Now it is the job of the woman on the other end to be ready to support that mission, to be ready to support his relationship. Now hold on a second. Let me go and try to get you guys to understand a relationship a bit better. The relationship is how the two or more individuals relate. It may be socially, it could be economically, it could be spiritually. When you come to romance and sexual relationships, it is a form of bonding. It is where men and women come together to relate on many different levels. I'm talking about romantically, which is emotionally. I'm talking about financially. I'm talking about spiritually, and also reproductively at times. That is a lot of bonding. That is a lot of relating to one of another. Now, if it is a mother and son, that is a different relationship. A father and daughter, a different relationship. Two brothers, a different relationship. YouTuber and subscribers are a different relationship. Our missions are different. The way we relate are different. So now, once again, when it comes to the woman and the man is going to bring how they are going to relate. He's going to set the frame, your dating coaches would say. He's going to establish the mission, as I always say. He's going to say, this is the direction that we need to go. And it is up to the woman to come to that mission, that relationship that he's trying to establish, and bring something to it. That is what the table is. She is bringing something to that table, which is the mission. And she's going to decorate that table. When a man goes out hunting in times of past, or he goes to the farm, or he goes to work and he's the provider for his home. He brings home food or he brings home money. It is the woman who takes this plan of action already set in motion and add to it by bringing in the cooking skills, the serving skills. It is the woman who take that other piece of the mission and help refine it and help him push forward what his agenda is. But sadly, in today's society, I see on Facebook, I see on IG, and I see on many social media platforms, including many of the idiots who speak on YouTube, most of them the female, talking about what does men bring to the table. What is it that a man is bringing to the table? The man brings the freaking table. You understand? The man is the one who brings the table. The man brings the relationship. The man brings the mission. The man is the bringer of the table. Now, the woman, it is her job to understand what the table is first, as many of them are completely lost. And then, only then, can she attempt to bring something to the table. There is no way she's going to bring something to the table if she does not understand what the table is, what the relationship is. If she thinks that the table is for an office, she's going to bring office tools. She is not going to bring food. She's not going to bring dinner. She's not going to cook a full-course meal because that is not exactly what you use an office table for. That is not what you use the desk for. See such a table like an office table. Such a table like a security guard table that is put outside near a post is used for different things. They have a different mission. They have a different agenda. Their mission is different. They serve a different purpose. In order to know what the table is, you must know the purpose of the table. You must know the mission. That is what I'm talking about. A picnic table does not do the same work as a dining table. Now, some men bring forth different types of tables. The majority of men have different types of tables. The majority of men have different missions, different purposes, different visions, different directions in which they wish to take their women, in which they wish to take their children, themselves, their families, their loved ones, their friends, people that interact with them that are in their lives. And that woman must identify the table, not go on YouTube and Facebook as women have been doing, taking a picture with their heads and necks tilted on one side with a filter on their face, looking like Kirby, talking about what does a man bring to the table? What does a man bring to the table? The man brings the table, sister. It is up to you to understand the table is the mission of the man. What do you bring? How prepared are you to conform to his ways, to prepare for his mission, which is the table, which is the relationship, the only purpose as to why you guys relate, relationship, that mission, the agreement that you guys have. And it is her job to do her best to help him push forward that mission. If it's a dinner table, you cook some dinner as the food will be provided. If it is an office table, you bring office supplies. You make sure that there are no dry pens, No printers without ink on that desk, on that table. That mission needs its accessories. And what the woman brings to his particular table is the particular accessories that the man needs. What does a man bring to the table? The answer is the mission. He brings the freaking table himself. It is crucial that people start understanding what the table is. The table is the mission. The table is the relationship. And a man without a plan is a man that any sane woman should run away from because he doesn't have a table. That is why even the most simple interaction with a woman, which is sexual, when a pickup artist tells you, when you meet a woman, let your intentions be known. Show her what you are about, even if it's just sexual. Show her if you are flirting, if you are raising the sexual tension, as they say in the pickup artist community. Show her with your body language. Show her with your alpha stare. Show her with how you walk. Show her with how you move around her, the way you behave around her, not to be friend zone. Some dating coaches will tell you to be upfront with what you want, straight up. They even have certain terms for that kind of behavior, certain copyrighted terms. Why? Because in that simple, most primal sexual interaction that this man is trying to have with this woman, if he wants nothing else, he still must present the table. And that table is sexual. So when she looks on that table, she's going to see a bed, hotel rooms, quick hookups, opportunities to hook up, a lot of sexual conversation, and very little conversation about the future. Very little conversation about building. That is when a woman says, you remind me of a player. You must be a player. You're so smooth. She hits him on the chest and goes, stop. Or she completely leaves that man alone because she wants more. Because his mission and his only relationship with her is sexual. All he wants from her is the sex, is the love making, is the back breaking, the spinal cord rearrangement, the scoliosis, shattering of a vertebrae. That is all he wants. And if she agrees to partake in that relationship, if she agrees to that mission, she got to bring something to that table. And what she brings to that table is to make herself available whenever he stands straight like Diabolix. Whenever he rises to the occasion, whenever no one else in the rotation present themselves, she must present herself. That is the relationship. That is what she brings to the table. But he is still responsible to establish that table, to establish the surface of the table, which is the platform in which he will label out his entire mission. That is where she can add her accessories to his mission. He will have the legs to that table, which are his fundamental principles that does not shake his mission. That does not shake what he stands behind. The legs are his pillars that holds up the platform of his mission. And from there, she will come. And if she agrees, and if she wants to partake in his life and be about his program, as many dating coaches would say, if she wants to be part of what he's doing, she wants to be part of his life and part of his world, then it becomes essential, very essential, that she cooperates, that she agrees to his mission, that she goes under and behind his mission and pushes mission forward, which is submission. The prefix submission. Get behind his mission. Get behind his agenda. Push what he's trying to push by bringing everything she have to make it easier. Even for someone that is just a player, if all he wants is to get laid, she makes it easy for him by delivering herself and enjoying his loving bedroom company. That is what the table is. So when you hear in the future that a woman says, what do men nowadays bring to the table? I hear men talking about, what does a woman bring to the table? What do men nowadays bring to the table? The answer is, he brings the freaking table. The table's not just something standing there waiting on the two of you guys to show up. No wonder relationships don't work. Neither men or women know what the table is. That is sad. I am tired of teaching these things in clarity, and people are still lost across the social media world, across their real lives, their everyday lives, still lost, and children suffer in between. Children are left without mothers and fathers. Children got to see the argument whenever there's visitation right. Children are left suffering, and they're stuck in the middle. Because parents haven't figured out what a relationship is. Because grown men and grown women have no clue what a relationship is. What the mission between the two of them is and what they are. They have no clue. They haven't figured it out yet that it is a man's job, the active force, to establish what he wants from a woman and the relationship. But first, that man must know himself. First, he must identify himself. He must spend time in solitude and figure out who he is. Know yourself. Know what you want, how you're going to go about it. Then you bring it to a woman and you establish it. And if she agrees, if she wants that man, she got to know her place. A word, a phrase, a term considered taboo in modern liberal philosophy. Modern liberal social philosophy, it is considered taboo. That a woman knows her place. Knows that she does not bring the table. The table is not something that they both make together. The table is his mission, is what he needs, is what he wants, is where he wants to go, is how he wants it. And her job is to find every single way she can help accommodate him to bring that forward. But nowadays we see that many of our counterparts, the female, they come to a relationship in an attempt to bring a table. They have a mission of their own, an agenda of their own. And since they are always moving up and down and back and forth, and the female energy is not a stable energy. It is not a logical energy. If the emotion changed, the plan changed, and it changed drastically, not a little bit off, but drastically, completely different from what a man would do. As a result, we have two people trying to bring two tables, two missions, two different relationships. And the only place they are compatible is below their waist. So they produce offsprings. And then above their necks, they're not compatible. Within their chests, they're not compatible. Every beat of their hearts are off rhythm from one another. So as a result, the relationship collapsed because there was two relationships, two missions, two plans to move forward. They're both different. The woman has one. The man has one. One is the right way of righteousness, the other is the abomination. One is the Christ, the other the Antichrist, for those of you who don't get what I'm saying yet. One is Superman, the other one is Bizarro. Batman, Batzarro. The negative universe. One is matter, one is anti-matter. You can't function that way. The energies cannot flow that way. It causes chaos. And sadly, since they were compatible below the waist, once again, the children suffer. And they suffer terribly. This is your brother, Mr. Limba. You were just on the MLC, the Mr. Limba channel. Share this message across the social media platforms. Until next time, peace out.